asking, who am I? What am I? Where am I going? I was getting that a lot. So it started to open up that sense of, well, I was a bit jaw-dropped and wonderful, awe, because, you know, here we are, we can actually see the spirit essence. And it started to explain so many things for those people if I gave them that information. And running alongside that was another little story that kept popping itself up saying, you will listen, you're going to listen to this whether you want to or not. And that story was the story of Atlantis. Now I know that I've got ladies in this room and gentlemen who are really aware of Atlantis and really understand that it's resurfaced in our consciousness again for a reason. So I said to them, okay, I get that. The angels came down and helped boost the humans on this planet. Why did this happen, and what's it got to do with Atlantis anyway? And the puzzle pieces I got, excuse me, the puzzle pieces I got were all about the Atlantean myth. I don't think it's a myth. It's called a myth, there's no proof, there's no scientific evidence, etc. But there are enough of us who have shared the recollections of and the experiences of Atlantis walking around at this moment in time that it's surfaced from our common shared memory. And what there certainly was beings who came and lived alongside the humans, who helped to educate, teach, encourage us to reach our potential, remembering that some of us were really walking around pretending to be human because we've got a different essence. Okay? But that's what was going on. It was a process of evolving the human race. And the reason why we were being evolved and helped to evolve is because we have, as a race, as a people, if you like, something very, very special. We all have intuitive psychic ability. We were already a community of spirit, if you like, or already a community who didn't need to use language, words, etc. We could know about each other, and we were a group consciousness, a group organisation, if you like. Still individual, but we have a shared ability to connect. And I believe that Atlantis is actually when we lost that connection. Because at some point, some of us, including some of these fallen angels, decided that, well, actually, you know, they were still a bit miffed with God, or the divine, or whoever, goddess. And what they would do is they'd make their own universe. And everybody would go off to their own universe, and then they wouldn't have to bother about all this stuff about following somebody else's lead. And there'd be no danger of being wiped out because, look, it's our universe. And they began a process of using psychic ability. If anybody's read The Golden Compass, I have to say to you, there is so much that comes through in truth that we read as fiction, but it's another piece of the Atlantean experience, that people were stripped of their natural connection, and that power was used, stored in crystals, and used to try to generate a universe. Technology, if you like, but of a totally different nature to what we would ever understand at this point in our evolved lives. So, that brought a huge strain and a huge pressure on the global community. Excuse me, the interconnectedness that we all had. And at that point, we all dropped out of that web. It fell apart. It was overloaded. and it fell apart. And we became individual, truly individual. And ever since, we have been trying to make our way back to being connected. But we've also suffered post-traumatic stress disorder. No magic wand answer. We've had the fear of being abandoned and alone deep, deep in our DNA since then. So you say, what do these stories have to do with me? What's it about? Well, what it's about is, it's time to come back to being connected. It's time to make ourselves a global community, connected through our psychic energy, through our vibrational energy. It's time for this planet, which has been in quarantine for quite a long time, to get back to giving out the healing it needs to give to the rest of the universe. So at this time, we've got, what, 7 billion on the planet? Frightening number. But you know, they're all here to shift the energy. There are angels, there are elementals, there's any number of alien life forms here, any number, positively here, helping. There are dragons, they're lovely. You may not believe me, and it's fine if you don't, because I'm not worried. There are elementals, there are all sorts of dimensional beings here, both from the future and from the past, incarnate in physical form, busy helping us to get back to being connected, to get back to being, as we rightfully should be, the healing planet of the solar system. And once we kick in, then this array of planets kicks in again, and the universe gets the belt of the healing energy. Scary. Big, big challenge. Especially when we don't know what we're supposed to do. We don't know we're doing it even. And we can't know, we haven't been allowed to know that this has been building because of the post-traumatic stress disorder. If you put somebody back into a situation where the trauma comes up through a flashback, all you're actually doing is stopping yourself being able to get that person to be healed and whole and able to function again. So we've had to do it the long way. We've had to have lots and lots of lives, rebalancing the energy. We've had to go out and come back, and go out and come back, and each time come back with a better, stronger vibration. We've had to have the help of any being who would help. And some of you might be like me, press gang to be down here just for the chocolate. I didn't read the small print, wish I had, but I didn't, okay? So, we're here, we're not just here to reconnect, we're here to boost the vibration of the planet and the people on it sufficiently that we ascend a level. Now, it isn't a hierarchical kind of, oh, I'm better than you, ascension. The ascension is all about being prepared to serve. Because what happened in Atlantis was that people forgot that it's for the good of the whole. They got into the power structures and the need to be powerful instead of recognising that at the end it is always for the good of the whole. That if you are distorting energy in your little area, it distorts the energy of everybody else. And we are slowly learning that. It's no surprise that lots and lots of healers are here. It's no surprise that out there I keep meeting people whose healing is just switching on. They're just getting to know that, oh, you know, I could do Reiki, or I can do EFT, or I do reflexology, I do counselling. These are all ways of bringing a healing vibration in. It's no surprise that we're starting to jump up and down about what we're doing to the planet. But there's no surprise in all these interesting planetary alignments this year that have been dumping onto us lots of vibrational energy to get us ready to serve, to get us to the point of being able to say, you know what, I'll just do it. Just tell me what you want me to do. So that's the background. That's the backstory. You can take what you like off that story, you can leave it all, it doesn't really matter. But what does matter is what's been happening this year. This has been a very significant year. 13's an interesting number numerologically. Anyway, and this year itself has been a very, very interesting year. I wish I had a magic wand this year, because time's just gone. It's just disappeared. In fact, we've stepped out of time. It's been, as an observer from one point of view, it's been fascinating to me that the months have gone. We're here at December. Where did the rest of the year go? And yet, some of the things that I've been dealing with seem to go on and on and on, and I'm stuck, I'm fed up, and time seems to have stretched, or my sense of certain periods of time has stretched, whereas the year itself's gone boom, 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 boom. So that's the first thing. We're getting prepared this year to learn to step into and out of time. Okay? Because our essence, the spirit where we come from, doesn't actually exist in any kind of time as we know it. They're a bit like Doctor Who, they're a Time Lord. Okay? So we have to get ready to be able to speed up and slow down time as we need to. Now, why would we need to do that? Well, as healers, you'll all know that sometimes somebody needs longer to recuperate than shorter. It's in their interest to take it steady. As healers, you'll also know that some people need poof, they need it fixing, they need it sorting. Yeah? They need a quick purge of whatever's bothering them. We have to be able to manipulate time now, not just be the slaves to time. So, this year you'll have found distinctly that one leg was going slow and one leg was going fast. And there'll have been days when you didn't know where the rest of the week's gone. It's to let you understand you are the masters of time. I love that. I love that. Keep that one. We can step out of the illusion of time. So we're never going to run out of time. It's always going to be enough. We're always going to be able to accomplish what we need to accomplish. So that's one big fear going. The fear of not having enough time. And actually, when you think about it, if you haven't finished it all in one life, you can say, oh, I want to go back down again, and you can have another. I'm not coming. I'm not coming back. I'm heading off. I think I've been severely tested this time. So I shall float off on another mission somewhere else. But remember, you can always come back. So you always have plenty of time. That's what they're asking us to do. And you may have found periods this year when it's like your mind's just suspended itself. And you think, where